Welcome to Part 3 of our Project Management Multiple Choice Question Series on Schedule Management, aligned with the PMBOK 7th edition. If you've completed the previous parts, you are now at an advanced level. These questions are designed to test your strategic thinking and deep understanding of schedule judgment. Question 41. During schedule performance analysis, CPI is 1.05 and SPI is 0.89. The sponsor asks whether to crash the schedule. What should the project manager do first? The correct action is A. Perform schedule compression analysis focused on the critical path. Since SPI is less than 1, you are behind schedule, and analysis must precede any action like crashing. Question 42. A key dependency between two vendors is finish to finish. One vendor reports early completion. What is the most accurate impact? The correct answer is B. No impact unless the predecessor finishes later. In a finish-to-finish relationship, the early completion of the predecessor doesn't force the successor to accelerate. Question 43. A regulatory deadline creates negative 10 days of float across the network. What is the best action? The best action is B. Escalate to the sponsor for a schedule feasibility discussion. Negative float indicates a major constraint conflict that requires stakeholder input before altering the scope or schedule. Question 44. While performing Monte Carlo simulation, results show a 40% probability of meeting the deadline. What should the project manager conclude? Conclusion A is correct. The project will likely miss the deadline. A probability less than 50% indicates low confidence, requiring risk discussion. Question 45. A near-critical path has 1 day float. A risk may delay it by 2 days. What is the most strategic action? The most strategic action is D. Proactively mitigate to protect the schedule. Near-critical paths have a high risk of becoming critical, demanding proactive risk response planning. Question 46. During resource leveling, the project duration increased by 15 days. A stakeholder objects. What is true? The correct statement is B. Leveling may alter the project end date. Resource leveling often changes the critical path and extends the duration, which is expected behavior. Question 47. An activity has a mandatory dependency due to safety regulation. This is classified as what type of dependency? Safety constraints fall under D. Mandatory dependency, according to PMI Dependency Classification. Question 48. A project manager delays a non-critical activity within float limits to optimize resource allocation without affecting the finish date. The correct technique is B. Resource smoothing. Smoothing adjusts activities within their existing float, ensuring the project end date remains unchanged. Question 49. Earned value review shows schedule variance positive, but the schedule performance index is trending downward. What does this suggest? The correct suggestion is A. Schedule performance is deteriorating. Trend analysis is crucial. A declining SPI indicates emerging schedule issues despite current positive variance. Question 50. The critical chain method replaces safety time with. Critical chain aggregates safety time into B, feeding and project buffers. This is a core concept of the critical chain method. Question 51. During execution, an approved change increases scope, but the sponsor refuses a schedule extension. What is the best response? The best response is C. Perform impact analysis and present trade-offs. PMI requires an integrated change control process, including assessing impacts before making final decisions. Question 52. A successor has a start-to-start relationship with a 5-day lag. If the predecessor starts on day 10, when does the successor start? The successor starts on A, day 15. Start-to-start plus lag means the successor starts 5 days after the predecessor's start date. Question 53. A milestone is tied to contractual payment. Delay impact is the primary impact is B. Cash flow disruption. Milestones tied to payment directly affect the project's financial performance. Question 54. Two critical paths converge before the final milestone. What risk increases? The risk that increases is D. Delay probability. The existence of multiple critical paths significantly increases overall schedule risk. Question 55. A project manager uses parametric estimating for activity duration. This is most reliable when parametric estimating is most reliable when B. The relationship between variables is statistically valid. This technique relies on strong statistical correlation for accurate results. Question 56. Float consumption is increasing weekly, even though SPI remains 1.0. This suggests A. Risk emerging on near-critical paths. The SPI may not capture the erosion of float on non-critical but sensitive schedule paths. Question 57. The schedule baseline differs from the forecast because the forecast differs because it B. includes actual performance data. The baseline is the approved plan, while the forecast reflects the current predicted outcome. Question 58. A discretionary dependency is removed to shorten the duration. This technique is removing discretionary logic to overlap activities is C. Fast tracking. This is a common schedule compression technique. Question 59. An activity has 5 days of total float, but 0 free float. This means 0 free float means B. It cannot delay the successor. Any delay will immediately consume the successor's float. Question 60. Control schedule primarily ensures. Control schedule primarily ensures C. Approved changes are reflected in the baseline. Its main purpose is maintaining the integrity of the schedule performance measurement baseline. Thank you for watching Schedule Management Part 3. We have now moved from defining what to mastering when. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for the next domain, and check out Schedule Management Part 4.